Welcome to Beyond the Boundary, your daily show on TOI Sports YouTube channel, where we talk all things cricket, especially Indian cricket. And today, again, we have a hot topic: the India versus England first ODI gets underway in Nagpur in just about an hour's time. And to discuss everything about that particular match, I've got a power pack panel, including Avijit Ghosh, straight from Delhi. We have Saurabh Somani joining us from down south. Also joining us from an undisclosed location is Dwaipayan Datta. And finally, as always, on the move is Gaurav Gupta. He joins us again from a secret location, as always. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. We've got lots to pack in this half an hour, 40 minutes before the match gets underway. I want to start off with Dwaipayan first because you were not around yesterday when we had this chat. uh, we saw the press conference. Your good friend Mr. Rohit Sharma got offended for no rhyme or reason. How do you look at this change in personality? Because people have made a career out of creating memes of what Rohit Sharma says at press conferences or in general. He was very angry and very snappy yesterday.
Yes, actually now the kind of it has gone to a situation where it is no longer comfortable for him. For a very long time, uh, once he got hold of ODI cricket and all, like whenever there were a few questions here and there was always the white ball cricket to go back to and get back into the groove, and somehow things used to click. But now probably in his mind also he knows that it is not working. It is not what he is stretching it. He is uh, ensuring that some very hot players on current form are not in the 11 because of him. So there are a lot of issues. So the pressure is double on him, and that is why probably he is losing his cool for a or for a simple question like that. So it shows that the pressure that he is under, it quite clearly suggests that.
Saurabh, how do you see this transformation in personality? Is it the pressure getting to Rohit Sharma, and he's unlucky that he has to front the press, but Virat doesn't have to front the press.
No. I mean, that is, if he doesn't want to front the press, he can give up captaincy. वो तो उसके हाथ में है. So he has to front the press. There is no getting around that. And I think Dapan Bhai is absolutely correct. The pressure is getting to him, and he would be inhuman if the pressure didn't get to him. You can say different format, ye wo jo bhi, but if you aggregate 31 runs in 5 innings in a test series, and then you come and against a Ranji attack that is not supposed to be at an elite level in Ranji Trophy also, you get out the way he did. It's impossible that he won't face the pressure, and that is coming on the back of poor home series against Bangladesh and New Zealand. So it's impossible that he would not be feeling the pressure. He's definitely feeling it, and I have great regard for Rohit Sharma. He would be in my India's all-time ODI 11, no questions asked. Probably a candidate for world all-time ODI 11 also. But I think what he said there, that how is it relevant? It is of course relevant. I mean, he's the captain of the team. He has been a central figure. His future plans are obviously relevant. If and there is a question to be asked, like if he plans to retire after the Champions Trophy, then given the form he has been in, does he even command a place in the side? There is a question to be asked. So the question is definitely relevant. I would have still picked him if I was a selector. I would have still picked him in the Champions Trophy squad. But the question is not irrelevant.
Abhijit, do you think that India is in a state of denial? We had the vice captain day before yesterday, Shubman Gill, saying one bad loss, one bad series doesn't define us as players or as a team. And yesterday, the skipper snapped back at the reporter. He even said different time, different format, and basically trying to like brush it under the carpet. क्या हम सब state of denial में हैं?
You see, they are trying to be a little on the front foot in this because that form wise they are on the back foot. So the statements are on the front foot, but their form is on the back foot. और ये एक बुनियादी सवाल है जिसकी कल भी हमने चर्चा की थी, that the call shouldn't be now left. We have reached a level where the call shouldn't be just left to the players. Now, I mean, in our we play an ODI game, so now I think we should be really talking about this game itself and the relevance of this game for the Champions Trophy. तो उसको लेके एक दो बात ये कहना चाहता था कि एक तो हमारा जो बैटिंग लाइनअप है, अगर यशस्वी नहीं खेलते तो हमारा पूरा ऊपर का सारा जो बैटिंग लाइनअप है वो राइट हैंडर्स का है। तो एक वो इशू है। दूसरी बात ये भी है कि कई सारे हमारे प्लेयर्स हैं, सो पीपल आर बैटिंग फॉर देयर प्लेस इन द टीम। I don't know how good that is a team that aims to win the Champions Trophy. और सिवाय सिर्फ कोच का भी ये सिर्फ टीम की नहीं है, हमारे कोच भी प्रेशर में है। We did well in the T20 series, but Gambhir is under the pressure. इसी हमारी एक मीडिया के व्यू से भी ना एक हमारा एक प्रॉब्लम है that we decide things on a series to series basis. एंड अभी किस लिए चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी खेल रहे हैं? ये जो है ये भी एक सवाल था जो सेलेक्टर्स को पूछना चाहिए था, दैट चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी हम सिर्फ जीतना ही चाहते हैं चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, या फिर हम चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी जो है उसको एक स्टेप बनाएंगे टुवर्ड्स द लार्जर गोल विच इज द नेक्स्ट वर्ल्ड कप। तो ये कुछ सवाल है आपके सामने। लेट अस सी हाउ दिस ODI game roles.
Gaurav, आपसे सवाल था मेरा कि yesterday the skipper said कि one-day cricket में usually we have KL Rahul as the wicket keeper, पर टीम में एक ऋषभ पंत का भी एक सवाल बना हुआ है। ऋषभ पंत 5 साल से, मतलब I can think of since January 2020, ऋषभ पंत has not been really your first choice wicket keeper for वनडे क्रिकेट। T20 क्रिकेट में फिर भी वो थोड़ा पीछे है, अभी भी पीछे है। तो क्या ये फिर एक बार ये सवाल बन के आ रहा है कि KL राहुल या ऋषभ पंत, वो सवाल अभी भी बना हुआ है वनडे क्रिकेट के हिसाब से?
आई थिंक चंदेश, वो सवाल का एक बहुत जवाब मिल चुका है जो रोहित के मुझे उसमें जवाब में लगा कल कि KL राहुल ही फ्रंटलाइन विकेट कीपर है डेफिनेटली, और ऋषभ पंत जो है वो रिजर्व विकेट कीपर है। आई वुड नॉट बी सरप्राइज्ड अगर यही ट्रेंड चलता रहा और ऋषभ पंत जो है वो रिजर्व में रहे और KL राहुल ही आपको दिखेंगे फ्रंटलाइन विकेट कीपर। फार मोर डिपेंडेबल वाइट बॉल, स्पेशली ODI बैट्समैन। उन्होंने नंबर 5 पे काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है ओवर द लास्ट फ्यू इयर्स, एंड आई थिंक ऋषभ विल हैव टू सिट आउट and wait for the right opportunity, because he's not done justice to the opportunities that he's got in the white ball format. And considering that हमारे दो धुरंधर जो है वो जिस तरह से बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, आपका वहां पर KL राहुल का एक रिलायबल बैट्समैन का मिडिल ऑर्डर में होना बहुत जरूरी है। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये ठीक भी थिंकिंग है टीम की, बिकॉज विद ऋषभ यू डोंट नो, इट्स लाइक फीस्ट और फेमिन जैसा मामला है उनके साथ में। या तो वो बहुत अच्छा खेलेंगे और मैच निकाल के देंगे, या मतलब बहुत अच्छा एक ब्लेजिंग इनिंग्स खेलेंगे, नहीं तो वो जल्दी आउट हो जाएंगे, एंड दैट्स गोइंग टू पुट द टीम इन लॉट ऑफ ट्रबल। एंड विद KL यू नो दैट ही इज गोइंग टू स्टिक अराउंड एंड ठीक है, एक वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल का उनका इनिंग्स था जो बहुत क्रिटिसाइज हुआ, जस्टिफाइबली क्रिटिसाइज हुआ, थोड़ा बहुत प्रेशर में आ गए वो, लेकिन बाय एंड लार्ज आई थिंक the batting could revolve, the middle order could revolve around him, the lower middle order को shepherd करके भी खेल सकते हैं वो। तो I think that question is more or less answered, especially considering the form of our stalwarts.
Dwaipan, just speaking on what Avijit Da and Gaurav said, Avijit Da mentioned that the Indian batting, the top 5, top 6 could become all right-handers, and we've seen the coach being very big on the left-right combination. Do you see Yashasvi Jaiswal finally making his ODI debut as a result of that in this one-day series?
Along the course of the series, maybe, but see, this one-day series is all about Champions Trophy, and if Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are playing, where do you fit Yashasvi Jaiswal in? Because I do not see a slot for him. because you are playing Shubman Gill. There's no doubt about it. You are playing Shreyas Iyer. Then this Pant or then the wicket keeper comes in. Hardik Pandya comes in. So there is no slot available. That slot only can open up if one of the two go. So that is the problem. Like, as much as I want to see him play in the 11, I really do not see a slot for him unless they do not play Shreyas Iyer or something like that and find which I don't think will happen. They are going to stick with the that team of the 2023 final that they played, more or less that structure, if you say so. So that's the thing. But as far as Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul is concerned, like, yes, if you want to keep KL Rahul, you keep him because you are not sure about your about Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Rishabh Pant played his last ODI match. We have forgotten when after that he had that accident and was away from cricket, and he has come back well. And he is the kind of player who is that futuristic white ball player who we are looking at. So it will be unfortunate if you make him sit out. But yes, if that is the way to go, at least in this Champions Trophy. Let's see, because I am looking at everything in the through the prism of Champions Trophy. This ODI series is just a precursor to that.
Saurabh, if you look at the overall record between India and England in one-day cricket, India holds the edge, despite the fact that England had this magic era under Owen Morgan and for a bit under Joss Butler. So, in that sense, this particular ODI series, does it still have that thing for you that India has to win this series so that they get into the Champions Trophy in a better frame of mind, or the fact that India has beaten England in ODI cricket at home regularly, so it doesn't really matter what really happens in this series?
I mean, I think it'll matter to fans what happens, but I hope it doesn't matter as much to the team management, because you have to look at these three ODIs as testing grounds for Champions Trophy. So whatever you have to fine tune now, and just going back to the previous thing, Rohit Sharma said this is very important for us, these three ODIs and Champions Trophy. It may be important for him. I don't know how important it is for BCCI, because Champions Trophy ke pehle you play 5 T20Is and only 3 ODIs instead of the other way around. I don't
And
understand that.
next year, before the T20 World Cup against New
Huh.
Zealand, they'll be playing 5 T20s and 3 ODIs. So next year there is no change.
Right. So that's what. So they can say बहुत important है and all, but now the actions don't match the words. At least the BCCI's actions. So you have only 3 ODIs before the Champions Trophy, and Champions Trophy is almost like a virtual knockout. It started off as ICC knockouts, you remember? So it is still like that, because every one defeat can actually take you out of the semi-final race. So you have to get to the Champions Trophy with your plans, playing 11, backups, everything sorted. You have these 3 ODIs to fix on that. So I don't think it is enough 3 ODIs, but they have to make do with the best that they have. And if you're treating it like the testing ground for Champions Trophy, then you might end up losing the series, but it shouldn't affect you that much, because if that gives you better info, better knowledge, better prep for the Champions Trophy, it's worth it.
Avinda, so are you looking forward to seeing very high scores? People were predicting that 200 will be breached very easily during the T20 series. It didn't happen in the final T20I. In this particular ODI series, I saw a comment where someone said that we're going to see 400 scores in the one or two of the games. There it says 400 is the new 300. Have we really reached that stage, or because of the fact that we have very few ODIs, people have very limited memory of how ODI cricket was or is played?
नहीं 400 का तो स्टेज मतलब we have not reached. There is no way we can say that. आप पूरा स्टेटिस्टिक्स देख लीजिए, 400 का कोई किसी भी दुनिया में, मतलब unless you are playing a minnow, an associate nation country, we are not in that. कहना तो उचित नहीं होगा. मैं एक चीज इसमें ऐड करना चाहूंगा, जो पिछले वाले जब सुन रहे थे, कि इसमें हमारा जो टीम है उसमें हम अगेन बैटिंग टेम्परामेंट की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं। हाँ, हम फॉर्म की बात कर रहे हैं। अभी वाला जो जो इंग्लैंड के साथ जो हमारा मैचेस होंगे, इसमें लोग रन बना सकते हैं, बट
गौरव, आपके यहाँ से आवाज आ रहा है, थोड़ा आप म्यूट कर लीजिए अपने आप को। हाँ, हाँ अभिजीत दा।
हम हमारे प्लेयर्स के जो टेम्परामेंट है वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में टेस्टेड होगा, क्योंकि दे विल बी टाइट कॉन्टेस्ट। हम 3 मैचेस हैं उसमें, बांग्लादेश, पाकिस्तान और न्यूजीलैंड। हाँ, तो ये बड़े टाइट मैचेस होंगे। तो हमारे वो प्लेयर, अभी हमारा जो है जो इंग्लैंड वाली जो सीरीज है, इसमें हमारे प्लेयर्स के फॉर्म देखे जाएंगे। उसमें फॉर्म के साथ साथ टेम्परामेंट भी होगा, सो इट विल बी अ मच टाइटर टेस्ट। और जो हमारे मिडिल ऑर्डर है, वो बैट्समैन तो अच्छे हैं, पर उनका टेम्परामेंट हमेशा सस्पेक्ट रहा है इन नॉकआउट गेम्स। हमारा जो लोअर ऑर्डर है, जिसमें मैं ऑलराउंडर को रखता हूं, हार्दिक पांड्या, अक्षर पटेल, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, आई डोंट नो वेदर ही प्ले और नॉट, बट इन लोगों ने अपना टेम्परामेंट दिखाया। डिफिकल्ट मैचेस में इन्होंने अच्छे रन्स बनाए। बाकी लोग जो हैं, जो टाइट मैचेस होते हैं, जहां पे सिचुएशन एक डिफिकल्ट होता है, उसमें से टीम को बाहर निकालना, ये काम जो है, ये जो हमारे जो मिडिल ऑर्डर है, जिनके पास बहुत सारे शॉट्स हैं, अच्छे खेलते हैं, पर इन देयर गेम डज नॉट फ्लावर अंडर प्रेशर, दे क्रम्बल अंडर प्रेशर। ये हमारा एक बुनियादी प्रॉब्लम होगा, जो इंग्लैंड वाले जो सीरीज में हमें पता नहीं चलेगा, हमें फिर वो जो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है उसमें पता चलेगा।
तो गौरव, अभिजीत दा ने जैसे कहा, भले ही इसमें कोई परफॉर्म कर ले इंडिया के धुरंधर, जो बाकी धुरंधर जो है, सिवाय आपके 2 टॉप के धुरंधर, जो बाकी धुरंधर परफॉर्म कर ले, बट इट विल स्टिल नॉट टेल यू व्हाट यू नीड और व्हाट यू लैक व्हेन इट कम्स टू चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी। इज दैट अ कंसर्न एट ऑल फॉर द टीम मैनेजमेंट एंड सेलेक्टर्स? बिकॉज अभी भी काफी ऐसे, मतलब देयर आर क्वेश्चंस अबाउट fitness of certain players, so the squad is still far from ready.
It is, but see, all that really doesn't matter as long as everything comes
Jaiswal got
together
the
in those
debut.
in that particular week, and things are sorted out. But yeah, there are lot of holes to be filled. 5 spinners, which a lot of people are calling me, and lot of former selectors are also quite intrigued by this. कि 5 spinner क्या कर रहे हैं squad में? So you've got serious issues in terms of composition of the squad. अभी तक जसप्रीत बुमराह के replacement जो है वो आइडेंटिफाई हो जाने चाहिए थे, बट आई थिंक दे आर स्टिल फ्लिपिंग बिटवीन हर्षित राणा एंड मोहम्मद सिराज, whereas सिराज शुड हैव बीन द ऑटोमेटिक चॉइस। तो थोड़ा मामला अभी जो सेटल नहीं है काफी पोजीशंस पे, अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑफ कोर्स द फॉर्म ऑफ द स्टॉलवर्ड्स। काफी दूसरे इश्यूज हैं। वरुण का आना ऑब्वियसली इंडिकेट करता है कि शायद कुलदीप यादव का फिटनेस 100% नाउ। आई एम ग्लैड दैट वरुण हैज बीन इंक्लूडेड फॉर द इंग्लैंड ओडीआईज, एंड आई होप इज when the final squad for the Champions Trophy is announced, India's final squad, then Varun is definitely there. जो मैं day one से इस show पे बोल रहा हूँ कि वरुण को होना चाहिए, considering the kind of form that he is in right now. And other than that, I think let's hope that Hardik Pandya remains fit. That is a big this thing, because उनके 7-8 ओवर और उनकी बैटिंग बहुत क्रूशियल रहेगी, और लोअर ऑर्डर को संभालने में उनका बहुत बड़ा रोल रहेगा। Other than that, I
Gaurav,
think
मैं आपको
yeah.
just wanted to let everybody know that Yashasvi Jaiswal and Harshit Rana are making their ODI debuts today. So that's the big development coming in from Nagpur right now. Go on, Gaurav.
I'm wondering that who's sitting out then. If Yashasvi Jaiswal is making his ODI debut, then has somebody opted out of the ODIs also after being named as the captain? That is what I'm wondering. I mean, I'm yet to see the team sheet, but it's a great development. It's a terrific development because for a long time I was waiting for Yashasvi's ODI debut. It was high time that he's blooded in all the 3 formats. And with Harshit also, the kind of backing that he's received from the head coach, he bowled well actually with all the controversy around him, in that 4th T20I in Pune, generated good bounce and looked to be sharp. Bowled well in Perth also, had a very poor game in Adelaide, lost his spot. So I'm happy that he's also making his ODI debut and is getting a chance to prove himself rather than just being dumped out in the cold after one bad game. So overall, I think अच्छे development है, but I'm curious to know because Shubman Gill तो vice captain name कर दिए गए थे, unless Gill is batting at 3 or our selfless captain decided to drop himself from the opening position, his favorite opening position in the ODIs, and decided to come one down.
Yeah, interesting. Dwaipan, there was some comment in our chat window that Hardik Pandya may not be fit because he's got some stomach issue or something. So could that be the case? Yeah, there it is. Abhijit Basak saying had a stomach issue yesterday. So he's saying, so could that be the reason why you have Yashasvi coming into the lineup, and that's why they're playing Harshit as well, because they need that extra fast bowler. Could that be the reason? How do you look at
Yes,
these two debutants?
I think so. Otherwise, you cannot exactly um, justify the inclusion. The way the squad has been set up. Uh, unless somebody is injured, or as this message is saying that Hardik has a stomach issue and that's why he has opted out. So that's why uh, you need to because this all round pace bowling all rounder is off. You have to have a batsman and a bowler and a pace bowler. So I think that's why this change has happened. I'm curious to know who is missing out on the bowling front also. So there must be a one there. They will go in with one spinner short, I am guessing, as in like they must have thought of three spinners and now they will probably play with two spinners. So that's how they are going to accommodate these two players. Otherwise, there was no way you could have put Jaiswal in the kind of format that they have chosen at the moment. But now that he has been chosen, and if he gets runs, it will be very interesting. Just the way Mohammad Shami got those wickets in those 2023 World Cup after Hardik Pandya got injured. So let's see. This is going to be very interesting because Jaiswal has the ability to maximize the potential and score big, and then he becomes undroppable, and that becomes difficult for the management.
Saurabh, do you share the sentiment of Dwaipan? Because he seems to think that this will be an interesting time, because if he scores runs,
Hmm.
then it will be once again we'll have to wait and find out whether if there is A is going to become selfless or B is going to become selfless during Champions Trophy.
Yeah, yeah, and you would back Jaiswal to score runs, isn't it? He's just such a powerhouse of talent, and he's been in good form. And I agree with Weapon Bhai about lacking a spinner also, but that we know. No, Shreyas Iyer will get concussion subbed, and one of the spinners will come in. So we'll get our quota of spinners. But I'm really looking forward to Jaiswal batting, and I don't know. I mean, obviously the toss has not happened, so we don't know whether it's due to illness, injury, selflessness, whatever that he's playing. But if it is due to an illness or injury, then I guess it will be just for this game. And if whoever is replacing recovers for the next game, he might not get a chance, even if he makes, I don't know what, 120 or something today, because I think that's how the team has operated, with some justification that the first choice players have been picked for a reason, and even if the replacements come and do very well, uh, they have to basically storm the door down, and the first choice player has to fall off form wise for them to replace. Which in general is a good principle, I think, but it starts to get a bit shaky when there is age and lack of form combined involved. So that will be interesting to see. So let's wait for the toss to see who exactly these two are replacing.
6 more minutes to go for the toss. Avijita, we'll know very shortly who Jaiswal and Harshit Rana are basically replacing in the 11. How do you see this development? Is it a positive development aapke liye?
This is a very positive development because you see, selectors have put their faith in the past. Circumstances have forced us to make choices which are more present oriented and future oriented. You see, the point in picking up players like Yashasvi and Harshit if they are sitting on the benches, But I guess the whole idea was to ensure that the England series is to that our old timers get their form back, and and somehow we want to continue with the team for England this series as well as for the Champions Trophy. But now circumstances have thrown this new, and Yashasvi is also brings that left-hander thing into the opening in our batting. So it's a win-win situation. I mean, he was our best batsman in Australia. He is potentially an all-format player. he has got the shots, he has got the confidence, he has proved it time and again in test. And now if he's playing here, it's can only be good news for Indian cricket, irrespective of his performance.
Yeah, that's right. 4 more minutes to go for the toss. Gaurav, looking at the toss and then the match itself, England have got Joe Root in their lineup back in one-day cricket after a long while. Does that make England a worthy opponent for India because they have got everything possible in their lineup in terms of aggression with the bat, pace with the ball? The only thing probably they're lacking is a bit of spin.
There's actually not much of a difference in their T20 and white and ODI lineups. I think Chandesh. I don't think
Yeah,
there's too much of. I mean, Joe Root
just
come
one
in
change. Joe Root
and
comes in.
he will definitely. Yeah, so Joe Root provides a lot of stability to their batting, which I thought was missing, and everybody was going helter skelter for the ball from ball one. Sticking to their philosophy. Joe Root has also evolved his game a lot, and he plays those reverse scoops pretty well and scoops and all that. So I think Joe Root, considering his tremendous record and his tendency to put up big scores, Joe Root is going to be quite a like a surprise hit in this series and generally in the Champions Trophy also. So in fact, there's an argument for him to continue in the T20 side, but I think they're looking at future and they're looking at players who can sort of go for the ball from ball one and take that gamble of either being 90 all out or scoring 190. So I think England will present a better challenge in the ODIs, and we spoke to Kevin Peterson the other day, former England captain, and he was of the opinion that the England batters will play Varun better in the ODIs because they will have more time. इन द T20s प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि इन लोगों को मारना पड़ता था उनको उसको और उस चक्कर में विकेट दे रहे थे उनको तो दैट इज व्हाट आई थिंक दैट व्हाट ही थॉट आई थिंक दैट इवन इन द ODIs he will be a quite a dangerous proposition considering the form that he is in and considering his the variety that he has up his sleeve and the amount of experience that he has by now in the white ball format. So I think, but England will definitely should be offering a better challenge in the ODIs compared to the T20s.
So, Dwaipan, when looking at the ODI series, we saw the ODI World Cup. After Hardik Pandya went out of the 11 for India, they struggled to make a right combination. They were forced to play five genuine bowlers, and that sort of lengthened the tail as well. But at the same time, limited the options for the captain because you had only five bowlers to play with. Do you think there is some learning from that for the Indian team management?
What I think what they were planning to do is they were planning to have three all rounders, including Hardik Pandya, maybe Ravindra Jadeja or Akshar Patel and Washington Sundar in the 11, and have the three bowlers Kuldeep, Shami and Arshdeep at the end. So what happens now is that one all rounder, now that Hardik is going out, they may have to drop Washington Sundar also. So that is the kind of catch 22 situation that they may find themselves in, and have that medium pacer and bank on two spinners to do the job. So that is going to be I think that is the most probable scenario here, because their go-to strategy since the T20 World Cup has been three all-rounders in the middle, and that is how I thought, looking at the squad, that is how they were planning. And if it is a Hardik Pandya, if he is unwell, so that is the problem that they are going to face. They will have to drop another all-rounder to fit these players in. But I think even if that is the case, we have batting till 7. So it's not that we are short on batting. The top 7 should be able to do it. You can't bank on the number 8 to win you matches.
So, just flash breaking news from Nagpur. Rohit Sharma is at the toss with Josh Butler. So, there is no selfless act today from Rohit Sharma for this ODI. So, that's a big update. So, all of us can relax
There might be a
about that.
selfless act from someone else.
Vice
We
captain.
can't take so many selfless acts in one in just 40 days of the first of this year, Saurabh. But just there was a comment about if Jaiswal is coming in, does it mean that Virat will bat at number 4? And Virat has made a name for himself as an ODI giant by batting at number 3 and leading India's chase. over the last 14 years. How do you look at that? By the way, England has won the toss. I'll just update you guys on what happened over there. England has won the toss just now. Josh Butler is just having a chat. But go on, Saurabh.
I'm actually not too fussed if Kohli bats at 4 now. I think it's okay. You know, he has the experience to basically control the chase from 4 also if it is needed. Uh, Obviously, you're right. He's been like a number 3, the likes of which we have not seen in an ODI cricket. Perhaps he's like one of the all-time greats of the format for sure. But given his form now, given the talent of the youngsters coming through, yeah,
Just
is
a
the toss
minute.
done?
England has won the
Yeah.
toss and they have
Mm,
elected to bat. So that's going to be interesting. How
mm,
India chase. Yeah, go on,
mhm.
Saurabh.
Yeah, so I think it's fine if he bats at 4 because of the talent of the guys coming through. No, like if you have a Yashasvi and a Shubman Gill up top, it's okay to bat at 4. Especially now, given the stage of his career that he is in now, I think it's okay. Even I mean, it was in a different format, but even Ricky Ponting went down to number 4 in Test cricket after having helmed things from number 3 and been one of the greatest number 3s. He also went down to number 4 at this stage of his career. So I think it's okay.
Now,
And now we'll find out who is sitting out for India.
yes, yes, we'll find out shortly who's sitting out for India because the Indian skipper is just having a chat at the toss. Avijit, England winning the toss and electing to bat. Interesting challenge for India now because this is likely to be a very good pitch. Nothing much changes when it comes to a ODI track in India.
Yeah, हम chase करेंगे. So, but it's a day game, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. But Kohli at number 4 is a good thing because 1, 2, 3 they're all they can all bat in the 5th gear, and if they click, there is no need for someone to anchor that level. काम बहुत आसान हो जाता है anchor का. So depending on the context of the innings, Kohli can play that role. I was thinking that from a team's composition point of view, probably we should have shown more faith in our all-rounders and batted one batsman short and kept that extra bowler. But that's my point of view. Maybe it's entirely possible that the team management thinks differently.
Interesting. Gaurav, England's 11, they announced it yesterday itself. They've got Duckett and Salt, Root at number 3. Then they've got Harry Brook, Butler, Liam Livingston, Jacob Bethel, Bryden Cars, and Jofra Archer that you have on the screen. Adil Rashid, Saqib Mahmood. So they don't have Wood in the lineup, but it's still a very good one-day lineup because they've got power in the batting and they've got variety in their bowling as well.
100%. It's a good ODI side. Let's not forget many of these guys were part of the 2019. A few of these guys rather were part of the
Guys, Kohli is
2019
not
ODI World
playing.
Cup.
Oh,
Okay.
He has a right knee problem.
Yeah, developed
So-
during Ranji Trophy, I think. That's
So
what
this is big news.
that's
most
that's,
probably Rohit
that's why they
Sharma
say
said.
don't play these Ranji Trophy games. Yeah, so that's a big
So,
development. That's a massive development
yeah.
that Kohli is not playing.
Hmm.
So we'll have to wait for one more game, a few more days to know his exact state of his form right now. Gaurav, I think Gaurav's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
Gaurav,
just lost
Kohli
that.
is
Okay.
not playing this game.
Mr. Virat Kohli is not available for selection. So after
Yeah.
all the Ranji Trophy drama in the Ranji Trophy, Mr. Virat Kohli is not playing the first ODI. Okay.
Huh.
So we have got an big injury concern there, and that is also, I don't know if how much of a concern. I mean, it should be a deep concern because we've got the Champions Trophy coming up, और हमारे एक बड़े धुरंधर को इंजरी हो गया है.
Huh.
So, but then I think worked out well for Yashasvi, at least कि open कर रहे हैं. Coming back to England, I think it's a fabulous lineup. I still believe that they have the arsenal to challenge India and sort of do well in the Champions Trophy also. It's just that they need to keep calm and not keep bowling short. I thought that is the mistake that they made to the Indian batters in the T20s. And much will depend. Obviously, Adil Rashid is a part of the squad. Is this of this 11, right?
Yes,
Adil
he
Rashid.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So much will depend on him. I think his 10 overs are going to be ultra crucial. Yeah. And of course, Sakib, I thought bowled pretty well in Pune, and then Pune was it the match before, and then he got surprisingly dropped for the next game. So and Brandon Cars has impressed, you know. जेकब बेजल तो अभी तक उन्होंने अभी तक वो जितना आरसीबी के लिए खरीदे गए और बहुत उनका एकदम वो हुआ नाम आया चर्चा में उसने परफॉर्म नहीं किया but Haruk is again somebody who's really underperformed in the T20s but he's a very good player so expect him to bounce back
Just
Butler of
just
course
to
will
update
be
you
the
guys,
big ball
just to update you
around
guys.
which this team will revolve so let's hope that they
Yeah,
put up a better fight than what
yeah.
they did
Just
in
to
Mumbai where they completely catapulted and made a mockery out of the
Gaurav, yeah, Gaurav, just to update you guys, I have the India 11
yeah
with me: Rohit Sharma and Jaiswal. Then you've got Gill, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul as the wicket keeper. You've got Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, and you've got Ravindra Jadeja, Harshit Rana, Kuldeep Yadav, and Mohammad Shami. So you're looking at three regular bowlers in Rana, Kuldeep Yadav, and Mohammad Shami. You've got three all-rounders in Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, and Ravindra Jadeja. So there's enough and more depth in this lineup. Wepen, how do you look at this lineup?
Yes, so Arshdeep Singh is not there.
Yeah,
That is one development that I see. So I was guessing they will drop one spin bowling all rounder and have Harshit Rana, but they haven't gone that way. They are obsessing about this three spinner idea, and that's what probably is their way to go going forward. So I am slightly disappointed that Arshdeep Singh is not there because he was brilliant even in the T20 series. He was giving you wickets with the new ball. So I was hoping to see him. But yes, okay, this is their way to go. And yeah, decent side. This is what they think is going to happen in Dubai. I think these three spinners it will be is the way to go. So they will stick to that. Hardik Pandya being the all rounder and two pacers. So that's what it is.
Saurabh, England batters will be heaving a huge sigh of relief because Varun Chakravarti is not there. He was
Yeah.
called up, but he's not there. And Virat Kohli apparently developed a knee problem last night.
Oh,
That's why he's not there. So Varun Chakravarti not being there, he was called specifically, but still not picked in the 11.
I'm a bit surprised that why do you want Akshar and Jadeja both in the 11? I mean, I understand they are your best batters amongst the bowlers, but they offer pretty much the same thing while bowling, right? I mean, not exactly the same, but in a one day international, they do offer a very similar sort of thing while bowling. So, are we like, going very batting heavy at the expense of the bowling? I don't know. And also interesting that Harshit Rana is preferred over Ashdeep Singh. When you're picking only two pacers, you would have thought it'll be Shami and Ashdeep, right? Like, but they have gone for Shami and Harshit Rana. Is that due to Harshit Rana being able to bat a little or not? I don't know. Or is that they have seen something in the nets that really excites them and they think that he will be a punt worth making? But given that Harshit Rana is playing ahead of even Ashdeep, now even if Bumrah is not fit for the Champions Trophy, I don't know. It looks like Harshit Rana has stolen a march over Siraj, right? In the pecking order, at least. Looks like that.
Yeah. Abhijit Da, how do you look at this 11?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it satisfy you?
Yeah, this मैं पहले ही बात कह रहा था कि एक बैट्समैन कम और तीन ऑलराउंडर इस पे उन्होंने भरोसा किया है. The selection of Harshit Rana is purely from this point of view that we are looking to see how he develops as a ODI bowler. हम उसे एक मौका दे रहे हैं. See, given him a chance in Test, he was just brought out of nowhere. He showed that he had the minerals to perform. We are probably seeing, I don't think, I don't think Ashdeep has been dropped. He has been rested because the team management wanted to find out how good Harshit is. So if Harshit performs well, then probably, we will see much more of him in future. And considering that there's a slot open, considering the slot open post because of Bumrah's condition, probably he might be the person he's looking at depending on his performance.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's just I just keep thinking back to if only this was a 5 match series, there would be so much more room for this experimentation, testing out a Harshit, giving Arshdeep also game time, this, that. It's just not, yeah.
Yeah,
It only, no, you're absolutely right. It only shows that the people who are running Indian cricket are not thinking about Indian cricket on the field. They are thinking of Indian cricket as a business proposition.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, one final round of thoughts from you, gentlemen, starting with you, Gaurav. Who's winning this contest, India or England? You're on mute, Gaurav.
Or yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think India have the edge, Chandresh. They still have the edge, despite Virat Kohli not being there. They still have the edge. I think they, because Yashasvi being there, जिस तरह के वो player हैं, definitely gives an edge to India. And it's still a strong batting lineup. There's Hardik is there, KL Rahul is there. All rounders give depth to your batting. Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel. Ashit Rana also can bat a bit. That is what we have been told while he's being groomed. And I think clearly, obviously, Harshit ko groom kiya ja raha hai as a Bumrah's replacement, which is why for the Champions Trophy. I think that is why he's been given this game, and perhaps we'll be given more games in the next two matches as well. So overall, it looks to be a decent lineup. So it will be a tough contest. Again, you never know what which way the game goes. Chase में India pressure में भी आ सकती है. But at the moment, definitely advantage India ही मैं दूंगा. Considering that Yashasvi's infusion gives more firepower to the opening slot. Shubman Gill is also just coming off 100. He's done pretty well in the ODI format. So it's all in all still a pretty strong batting lineup without Virat Kohli.
Saurabh, what's your take? India or England?
Uh, I think India are still the stronger side on paper for some of the reasons that Gigi mentioned. But I don't know why. I just had a feeling that England might pull off a surprise today.
Interesting. Avijita, what is your take? You're on mute, Avijita.
I was trying to unmute. I believe that we generally perform very well in bilaterals. So I'm giving the series to India. I cannot say match who will win, but I think we will win the series 2-1.
2-1. Interesting. Final word with Dwaipe and Datta. What's your take on today's game specifically, and then also about the series? Because you're not there with us yesterday.
Yeah, so today's game, I think if it's a good batting wicket, then Indian bowling may lack that X factor. So there is a chance that England may win today because Indian bowling lacks that X factor. I think, and no Varun Chakravarti, no Jasprit Bumrah. And as far as the series, see, without knowing the conditions and all, it's difficult to say. But yeah, it should be India. They win 2-1 ideally.
Okay, interesting. So,
I
gentlemen,
just
thanks a lot.
I just wanted to add one small thing, Chandresh. I'm looking forward to how Kuldeep goes. His
Mm,
return has gone a little bit under the radar, but I'm looking
yeah,
forward to how he goes. He'll be
yeah,
quite
absolutely.
important, I feel, for India's future plans if he's fit and firing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us today on Beyond the Boundary on right here on TOI Sports. Please request to all our subscribers, please keep liking, sharing, and spreading the word about the channel. And do not forget to press the notification bell. We'll be back again tomorrow to review this first one-day international between India and England. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Goodbye for now.